Every morning presents a hidden gateway, not to the noise, but to yourself. As the Buddha said, the energy you emit, you draw in. The vision you hold, you manifest. Yet most people wake up only to fall back asleep. Not in bed, but in life, constantly scrolling, holding on to thoughts borrowed from elsewhere, chasing a reality that leaves them exhausted. But what if your morning became your power? What if the first thing you said to yourself could shape your entire day? Your mood, your peace, your focus, your life. In this video, you'll discover 5 life-changing truths to tell yourself every single morning, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, emotional clarity, and deep inner transformation. 1. I am not my thoughts. I am the stillness that observes them. Every morning, the world rushes in before the sun fully rises. Thoughts start before our eyes even open. Worries from yesterday, expectations for today, fears for tomorrow. And most people suffer before they've even left the bed, not from pain in the body, but from the noise in the mind. A silent tempest forms within our minds, and it steals our peace silently. But the first truth you must tell yourself each morning is this: I am not my thoughts. I'm the stillness that witnesses them. It sounds simple, but it holds the power to shift your entire day. In Buddhist teachings, the mind is like an agitated monkey, moving from branch to branch, never still. But beyond the monkey's chaos is the sky, vast, silent, undisturbed. That sky is your true self. The mind thinks, judges, predicts, reacts. But you are the one who observes. When you begin the day by identifying with your thoughts, you tie your soul to their fluctuations. If anxiety fills your thoughts, you become anxious. If criticism dominates them, you feel ashamed. But none of that is you. You are the space that holds the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. This is why most people suffer before breakfast. They never pause to notice. They wake up already inside their mind, already believing the morning narrative. Without knowing it, they let their mind speak first, and their spirit second. But a mindful morning is built by reversing that. Let your spirit speak first. Tell yourself, I am not these thoughts. I am the peaceful awareness watching them drift. This truth changes everything. Because once you create that space, just a moment of awareness, you're no longer trapped in the storm. You are sitting beside it calmly, like a serene practitioner sitting under the Bodhi tree, unmoved by the wind. When you observe instead of react, you give yourself the gift of choice. You are not the voice in your head. You are the awareness that hears it. And the more you rest in that silence, the more power you reclaim. So tomorrow morning, before the world has a chance to enter your mind, pause. Settle at the edge of your bed. Close your eyes, breathe in, and speak this quietly to your heart. I am not my thoughts. I'm the silence beneath them. 2. Everything I need already exists within me. In the early hours, when the light is still soft and the world is just beginning to stir, there's a subtle illusion that creeps in, a quiet lie that whispers, you are insufficient. It arrives before your feet touch the ground. A thought that says, you must become more, achieve more, prove more. And in that moment, you begin to chase. But before the first step of the day is taken, remember this truth. Everything I need is already inside me. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins the moment we believe something outside us will complete us. The moment we forget our wholeness, we start grasping at achievement, acceptance, affection, recognition. It becomes a loop. We run toward things thinking they'll fill an inner emptiness, only to find that the more we run, the more distant peace becomes. Because peace cannot be found in things. It is already there, like still water beneath restless waves. In the morning, this illusion of lack is strongest. It's in browsing through other people's highlights, in the mental checklist of all you haven't done yet, in the comparison trap, self-questioning, the drive to prove more. But when you pause and speak to yourself, everything I need is already here, you break the spell. You return to sufficiency, not the sufficiency of ego, but the knowing of soul. Imagine a seed. From the outside, it looks small, insignificant, but within it lies the potential of an entire forest. You are that seed, and yet most people forget. They seek light outside without realizing the sun also rises within them. When you're rooted in your own enoughness, you walk through the world not as someone lacking, but someone abundant. You don't chase love, you embody it. You don't seek worth, you express it. So each morning, before the noise begins, return to this truth. Put your hand to your chest. Close your eyes. Breathe gently and remind yourself, all that I need already lives within. 3. No external element has power over my peace. A calm strength exists within your being, a strength not born from force, but from stillness. Each morning, the world begins to stir with turbulence, clamor, obligations, hopes. Some will come with anger, some with judgment, and without awareness, you absorb it. But here is a truth that can change your entire day. No outside element can disturb my tranquility. You are not an absorbent meant to take in others' energy. You are a mirror that shows without absorbing. In Buddhism, we learn that suffering often comes not from what happens, but from how we carry what happens. The moment you internalize another person's chaos, you lose your own center. To live with calm in a chaotic world is not weakness, it is mastery. Mindful detachment is not emotional withdrawal, but heightened awareness. It is caring without becoming lost, supporting without clinging, attending without taking on. Imagine a peaceful, silent lake. Stones may be thrown, winds may blow, but the depths remain undisturbed. This is the practice, to let the world touch the surface, but never shake your foundation. You are not responsible for the weather of other people's minds. Their anger is not yours. Their fear is not yours. What defines you is how you return to yourself after being pulled. Each morning you get to choose. Will you hold the world's weight or navigate it with anchored serenity? Say to yourself gently, no outside element can disturb my tranquility. 4. Today, I select awareness over urgency. Most people wake up already running, not with their feet but with their mind. The pressure begins before the eyes fully open. Items to check off, communications to handle, commitments assembled like forces at your doorstep. This is the truth to carry into the start of each day. Today, I pick being present over feeling pressured. When you rush your morning, you rush your life. You start the day not as a thoughtful being, but as a programmed unit, reacting, hurrying, checking, chasing. Before you've taken your second breath, the day is already in control of you. But Buddhism reminds us to return. Return to your breath. Return to this moment. Because this moment is the only place where life truly lives. The Buddha once said, "The problem is believing you have endless time." We often live as if life is waiting for us somewhere down the road, after the inbox is cleared, after the meeting ends. But life doesn't begin when the to-do list is done. Life is happening now, in this inhale, in this exhale, in a quiet sip of tea, in a ray of sunlight warming your skin. Pressure is often just a fabrication appearing as essential. It convinces us that hurrying is necessary, that doing many things at once is powerful. But pressure only pulls us away. It disconnects us from the softness of the present. Presence is your true home. It asks for nothing but your attention. No act, no ideal execution, just your willingness to show up fully to what's here. So when the morning arrives, don't begin with your to-do list. Begin with an inhale, a moment of stillness, a palm over your chest. Speak to yourself with kindness. Today I opt for presence rather than strain. 5. I am surrendering so life can unfold. Each morning gives you a quiet choice, to grip firmly or to let go. Most of us, without noticing, start the day already clinging to agendas, to anticipations, to our picture of how events should play out. But here's a truth that can gently set you free. I surrender control so life can unfold freely. Attachment is a hushed variety of bondage. You may not see the bars, but you feel the weight, the need to control, the fear of change. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins where attachment takes root. The moment you say, "This should definitely take place," you invite fear. But life, like a river, was never meant to be forced. It was meant to be followed. Your plans matter, but they're not meant to become chains. When you grasp at conclusions too intensely, you block what's trying to unfold. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means stepping into the flow, trusting a wisdom greater than your own. Bamboo yields to the breeze, not because it's weak, but because it knows how to stay standing. In that surrender, you don't lose your strength. You discover it. So speak softly to your soul as the day begins. I release the need to control. I let go of how I thought things had to be. I allow life to lead me. The more you loosen your grip, the more your life begins to flow, like inhalation, like currents, like days progressing. You move with life instead of struggling against it. As the Zen teaching says, when the mind quiets, truth finds its voice. Begin each day by tuning into your inner voice and watch life around you express your internal serenity.